hate like hell to see the grant money gone, because you'll never get it back again, ever, as long as you live, and probably you'll never get another grant again as long as you live because of this.
Guaranteed there'll be people out if we got no grant.
And I wouldn't want to be facing the taxpayers.
Very good.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I think it is really helpful what George mentioned earlier as well, that it's helpful to have some clarity about whether Blue Water will be in the future as well. We need to know that,
Well, that
because that makes a big difference for Lambton Shores, right? It's a difference between paying 48.4% and 70% of the costs of things. If you have an intention to go forward with that in the future, then great.
So if you're using 70% of the flows, you have to pay for what you're using, don't you?
But a lot of it's going to sit and not be used is the problem, right?
Well,
That's
we're
what
trying to
we're
say
trying to
all
That's what
along.
we're saying too, so let's talk it through and know exactly what our flows are going to be, like what are reasonable and how much we'll have to carry.
Do we not have those full numbers now?
Well, everybody, when we signed the agreement, everyone put their numbers in. We went through a mediated 9-month agreement. Everybody had what their capacity they wanted. We, partway through this, we talked about a single train, and we have not changed the agreement from the single to acknowledge the single train. The agreement's there with an opt-in and opt-out clause that we all agreed to. Blue Water has chosen that course. They're doing an EA for along the lake shore. I think there's intention there that they would be coming in. I'm willing to, and I guess I can't speak that way now because I'm speaking on behalf of council or with council's decision on why my council has chosen to withdraw. I don't know whether there's any chance that there'll be any consideration after today's meeting. If there was a request from this board to go back and see if there's a possibility of a tender, signing that tender for a single train. It was in the report that we never got to go through in the public. It was $11 a month for the users in Lambton Shores, and that wasn't considered. So our council, I don't know whether there's an opportunity to call back a meeting or whether there's a willingness to call back a meeting. But at this point, what's the board members do?
I'd like to get obviously more information from Don based on what he was saying today about flows. I think that's important to know for the size of this single double train. If he's saying the flows could be reduced.
Want to be granted here too?
What's that?
He wants to be granted here as well? Or do you want just tell me
If he's got some numbers that he can provide us, then if it's already there, it's
you
used.
want that?
So if we go, I'll look at these numbers, like the deadline midnight tonight. Is there a way of extending this? We don't know that. Is this over midnight tonight? If there is, no point getting any flows.
No.
This should have been done 6 months ago, not today.
That's right.
We leave everything till the last date. I mean, we've known this was coming.
We had motions from our council in December to not reconsider the motion. We had a motion on yesterday to reconsider it, but it was tied to the rest of the motion, and we didn't look at all the options.
So what's our, do we get, how do we extend, or do we just, midnight's all over?
I guess if what would have to happen legally is, I think very hard.
I think the issue is if there's a willingness from this board to seek an extension, then we can pursue that at this point.
But I think probably that's what we should do, willingness to extend it, and then go to the contractor and see if they can give us an extension, and also give Blue Water a chance to go back. And George Urban said that by May 1st, you'll know back from your residents whether you're in or out. I don't know, but that might be your option.
I don't know that we can extend the contract till May 1st. That's a long time. Well, and I'll have to talk to our council whether they, but if there's a recommendation comes from this board that we ask staff to extend our deadline tonight to a week from tonight through the lawyers, and we can recommendation from this board that passes back to our council
board to look at other ideas, and I guess it's pretty clear today that, the people that are involved in this, answer is no, we really have a hard time seeing major changes. So that's where I see your motion that came from yesterday. And without getting too hurting feelings, I'll leave it at that. Blue Water's position, no, it's, sitting here for 7 months, the whole board here voted for it to look at single, double train and all that. And I think it can look back on Lambton of what, I can only look at us here. We followed through with our positions, and we passed the motion December the 5th. That hasn't changed unless the council that I'm on changes it. My fellow colleague brought up about a motion, that we have it on our books, we have some type of serious vote whenever that comes, but there's also, and that may be a long time down the road. The bottom line is, that was always in the discussions. It's up to 10 years, nothing's changed. So we've been fair enough on that, and without putting words in the fellow councilors here, but I have to agree with it. It's up to you now as council, your council, to decide if you're gonna follow through with what was passed the other day. At this point in time, our council, Blue Water Council, in good faith, was leaning very heavily to allow you to use our share. I want you guys to hear that as councilors. I respect that you guys wanted to find out if there was other alternatives, and that's fine. So I'm hearing a general comment that at this point, minor things only. So, I guess where I'm at as a counselor for Blue Water, you guys have to figure out what you wanna do. Unless I get your direction from back at our council, we don't need to be at any more meetings because we've already made our decision, and you guys, we only have one thing, that one section about allowing you to use our share, if that's the direction your council's gonna do. And that's a comment where I'm coming from, so. Don't try to get into this about, I don't think it's wise to get into the argument with, oh, well, maybe Blue Water will be in 6 months. No, go by the agreement, we have up to 10 years, and leave it at that, and you guys work it out.
Comment, and I guess you can go back, so you brought a motion here for a more cost efficient, you were talking about a full bill out, so more cost efficient would be the full bill single train with more capacity with add-ons.
Okay.
Mayor?
Yes, just in respect of the council's motion that was passed here, if we do extend, I think we have, if it's laying on Lambton Shore's shoulders to make some final decisions here, I think we have to respect their direction to seek or investigate these other alternatives as well. I'm not saying that it's controlling, but if we're giving an extension to consider what the cost of septic options and the other alternatives would be, and considering whether we could make a single train, I think it still is prudent for us to at least internally investigate what the options could be.
That's up to you guys.
It is fine.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I don't know, like, we don't want any more bills, I think we don't want any more, not bills, it's bill people, any more bills on this. Our people made it pretty clear whether they're even for or against this, and whatever. Don't be spending any more money. If you pass your motion, we'll live with that motion in good faith and drive on, but not a whole lot more cost. So I think I'm echoing what our other fellow on this board said. You guys want to internally look at things, God bless it, go for it. Anything you can do to help this thing is a good thing. I'm not against it. Don't send us a bill.
Can we just break for a couple minutes and talk?
That'd be a good idea.
Just talk to our own people?